Hey there, welcome to the Vital Blend. I'm Anthony, and this week I'm coming to you from Port St. Lucie, Florida, the home of the New York Mets spring training camp as well as their fantasy baseball camp, which is why I'm here. Not for myself, but my brother Joe. He comes down here every year, plays fantasy baseball, and that's a good excuse for me to get out of the cold, get down to Florida, and also get to hang out with my brother. So having a real good time here. Just thought I'd make a quick video because, you know, there is a parallel between sports and health. Yeah, there is. You know, it takes dedication and consistency, especially if you want to be a fan and especially if you want to be a successful player. You know, for the fans, I mean, look, the New York Mets, the last time they won a World Series, you know when it was? I was in high school, 1986. And before that, it was the year that I was born, 1969. So Met fans have only had two reasons to really celebrate over 53 years. That is dedication for you. And, you know, I want to talk about consistency because it really is a determinant of whether or not you will be successful or not. The New York Mets had a great season this past year. You know, they won over 100 games, which they've only done 4 times in 53 years. They even were in first place most of the season, 175 days. But they still didn't win their division, and they still didn't get a chance to go to the World Series. Why is that? Well, it came down to consistency, or I should say lack of. You know, they started off really strong, but then about halfway through the season, they didn't win as many games as they should, and they didn't win the right games. Because really, if they had just won literally 2 or 3 games, the right games, then they could have had a different outlook. You know, they would have won their division, and they may have had a better path to the World Series. So that didn't happen. You know, what did happen, though, was look at the team that did go to the World Series. The third place Philadelphia Phillies. Now, how does that happen? The Phillies were behind the Mets. This is a team that nobody expected to do anything. They were abysmal when they got started. They even fired their manager, right? That's how bad things got. But you know what? They got a brand new manager and they got a new game plan. And they started to win, and they started to win consistently, and they won the right games. And so the lowly Phillies, who nobody ever thought would do anything, they wound up going to the World Series. Now, they didn't win. That just wrapped up. But hey, at least they got there, and at least they accomplished way more than anybody thought they ever could. For the Phillies, consistency was the key to achieving what nobody thought was possible. Why am I telling you all this? Because when it comes to health, you know, we can talk all day long about the food, what food you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. We've got the right diet, the right plan. It's going to help you lose weight, reverse type 2, you know, get those autoimmune pains gone, right? This is all great, but if you don't stick with the plan, then it's not going to work. If you don't stay with the plan and be consistent with it, and you're always on and off, then you're gonna not get the results you're looking for. You may get some results because you stayed on the plan some, but is that what you want? Or do you want to totally reverse your disease? You want to lose the weight that you want to. And when it comes to weight loss, or really with anything, you not only want to get there, but you want to keep it there. Right? You want to reverse your pains, you want to get rid of your type 2, but you want to keep it like that. You don't want it coming back in another year or 2 or whatever. So you got to be consistent. And I don't want you to confuse consistency with perfection. It's very easy, especially when you first get started, to want to be perfect and do everything perfectly right, especially if there's somebody watching you, somebody keeping tabs on you or something. You want to make sure that you don't slip up, and it can be a bit intimidating. You know, even in sports, we don't expect any team to not lose any games at all over the course of any season. You may see it in football every now and then, but that's because they don't play a lot of games. You know, you'll never see a basketball team go undefeated. I mean, you know, if there's a lot of games, you can expect to lose. It's just a matter of, are you winning the right games? Are you winning enough? Okay, so don't focus on perfection. Just focus on being consistent. And here's the other thing too, is that after a period of time, this consistency, it becomes a part of you. It's no longer something that you think about. It's not a list, a do's and don'ts or that kind of thing. You have to memorize, well, should I eat this or shouldn't I eat this? You'll know because it becomes a part of you. You know, like if somebody were to ask me, hey, Anthony, want to go get a hearty stick burger? I'd be like, no, that's not what I do. I don't eat like that. I used to, but not anymore. You know, there may be some people that may have the attitude of, oh man, I wish I could eat that, but I really can't. You know, I could see that person caving under certain circumstances, but like you wouldn't get a vegan to go get a burger with you. You know, oh, come on, it's just one burger. It's like, no man, I don't eat animals, right? It's not part of my code or my morals or whatever you want to call it. This is the level that you want to get to when it's such a part of you that you don't even have to think about it. You know, you just know, I don't eat this particular way and no one's going to sway me and this is what I do, and it just gets easier because it's a part of you. I mean, how many of you out there could I talk into robbing a bank? You probably wouldn't want to do it because it's not who you are. And so this is the level that you want to get to, and it's not something that you're going to get a week or two in, not necessarily. This is something that you have to work up to. And just know that making sure that you're consistent more than anything else is going to be the major factor in whether you succeed or you don't with whatever it is that you're looking to do, whether it's health or even if it's in sports. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know if consistency has helped you. You know, if it has, give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with somebody who you think may be able to use it. If you are struggling with being consistent, let me know. Drop that down below. Let me know what you're struggling with. And you know, this is what I do as a health coach. One of the things that I do, you know, we don't just talk about food all the time. There's a lot of mindset stuff that has to be worked out. And you realigning your habits to the healthier version of yourself that you want to be. And I've talked about that before, about how your habits need to be in alignment with who you want to be. So you know, let me know if you want to work with me. I've got my contact information below. Would love to have a free consult with you to see where you're at and what could be adjusted so that you can get to where you want and reach your health goals. All right, so I'm going to get out of here now. There's a tropical storm bearing down on Port St. Lucie any day now, and so things should be interesting in terms of baseball weather. But in the meantime, I want you to love yourself. I want you to eat more plants, be consistent, all right? And I'll talk to you soon. Stop the play.